everyone, and welcome back to another reading. In today's reading, we're answering the question, what is your soul purpose in this incarnation? And before we dive into today's reading, I just wanted to mention two quick things. First and foremost, if you're celebrating any holidays and you're watching this video when I'm uploading it, we're obviously in the holiday season in the West, and if you are celebrating, I just wanted to say happy holidays, whatever it is that you are celebrating. I hope that you're having a wonderful time surrounded by people who love you and accept you for who you are. Secondly, I do want to mention that I am going on a massive international trip for 3.5 weeks. So the next month, I'm just not sure what the uploads are going to look like. I'm going to try to pre-film as many videos as possible, but y'all, I'm already struggling as it is to keep consistent uploads. So we will see, okay? I'm going back home for the first time in like 4 years. So I definitely want to spend some quality time with my family. I also need to do some medical stuff because medical stuff in America, if you're in America, you know what I'm saying. It's not great. But anyway, I just hope that during this time, if I'm a little bit MIA, you guys still remember me, and I hope that you don't think that I've fallen off the face of the earth completely, all right? And yeah, I think this is all that I have to say for the maintenance. Let's just dive into pile selection. For pile number 1, we have the Orphan. For pile number 2, we have the Temple. And for pile number 3, we have the Village. So please select your pile based on your intuition, and I will see you in your reading. Bye! Hi everyone, if you selected pile number 1 or the Orphan, this is going to be your reading, all about what is your soul purpose in this incarnation. The Orphan. Alright, interesting. I'm already sensing overcoming some sort of an ancestral trauma and then leading others towards the light. We'll see. We also have Silver. Okay. We have Student of Air. We also have the Champion, Achievement and Downfall. We also have Sun in Sagittarius with, Moon in Sagittarius, my apologies, with Optimism. And we have Sun in Libra with Harmony. All right, let's get your tarot cards, pile number 1. All right, what is pile number 1's soul purpose in this incarnation? We have Lord of Water. Interesting. We have Student of Air and Lord of Water. We have Strength. We have Magician. We have Seven of Air with Action. We have 2 of Air with Respect. And we have 5 of Water with Unwinding. Alright, pile number 1, let me just move your cards real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, pile number 1, let's dive right in, starting with your chosen oracle card, the Orphan. So I am picking up 2 different scenarios. For most of you, both are going to be applicable. For some of you, only one of these is going to be applicable. So please take this as it resonates, because this is a collective reading after all. So because of this circle here and the snake going in cycle and cycle and cycle and cycle in a loop, and this being number 5, right? Number 5 in numerology is the number of chaos, conflict. It's not the most pleasant energy, let's be honest here. And what I'm picking up here for the first scenario is you were meant to break out of some sort of a very difficult, very stagnant karmic cycle that you have been stuck in for a multitude of incarnations. The second scenario that I'm picking up here with the Orphan card is it's likely in this particular incarnation, pile number 1, you have been dealt just a heavy card, okay, in terms of your circumstance when you were growing up. I'll just say it like it is. You don't have to be an orphan for this to apply to you, but it's likely that you have felt quite isolated throughout your childhood. You felt like the black sheep of the family. You felt like you were the only one taking accountability and responsibility, and you really are unique from your family unit in this way. So you are like the one who is carrying all of the ancestral trauma and is actually set out to shed this energy of ancestral trauma in this particular lifetime. So as I said, for most of you, both of these are going to be applicable. For some of you, only one of these scenarios is going to be applicable. And silver here confirms to me that you were meant to polish or shed that darkness and rediscover the light by polishing basically your consciousness here. Student of air here lets me know that basically not only are you set out, not only is it your soul's purpose to basically break out of this toxic energy that you have been stuck in, whether just in this incarnation or from past incarnations, whatever it might be. Not only are you meant to break out of it, but also you're meant to be conscious of what that blockage has been. Your soul is set out in this lifetime to get an epiphany or the right breakthrough perspective on basically how or why you have been stuck in a certain loop, and you're meant to shed this energy. But this student of air definitely brings up an element of you being conscious of it. So it's not like you're just shedding, ancestral trauma by default. With student of air being here, you're intellectually aware that you're doing that. That's one of your soul purposes in this incarnation. And it's clear because of the astrology cards that we got here. Moon in Sagittarius with optimism, right? Sun in Libra with harmony, that you are meant to find this for yourself in this lifetime. You're meant to break out of some sort of a very, very heavy energy here and find yourself on the other side of life so you can truly actually experience yourself as the champion. You are pile number one. I will just applaud you right here, okay? Because the second card right here in your spread is meant to represent your purpose here. And I'm just gonna say it how it is. Strength being your purpose, man, I applaud you, okay? I know that your journey must have been tough. I know that you must have just gone through so much suffering and pain, just even in this one incarnation. Because it's clear to me, this card right here, Lord of Water, it represents your soul energy. You're a very, very emotional being, very sensitive being. And for strength to be your soul purpose, you are meant, pile number one, in this lifetime to rediscover your power, your true, authentic power. You're meant to prove to yourself that you're basically able to break out of this particular limitation and create a life for yourself. That is exactly what you're visualizing. That is exactly what you're manifesting here. Now, this Magician card right here represents your gift in terms of fulfilling your higher purpose of the soul. And because this is the Magician, pile number one, you are extremely skilled at manifestation, as well as you're just a skilled individual, okay? You're the kind of person who can go for it and achieve it. You're the kind of person who has a vision, who absolutely has a perspective of what your life needs to be like for you to find fulfillment. And you have all of the skill and manifesting ability to create it in this lifetime. In fact, your special superpower for this lifetime is your manifesting ability. So if you have not gotten in touch with this energy just yet, just know that the moment that you break out of this limitation, you will finally see the depth of your potential, basically as the creator of your external experience. You are meant to truly manifest the life of your dreams here, definitely. But obviously, because the Magician is following the Strength card, it is clear to me that before you break out of this limitation, of this shadow energy that has just been stuck to you and to your consciousness, you are not really entirely aware of all of your manifesting capabilities here. So whatever it is that you are doing in terms of manifestation, if you feel like you're inadequate in terms of being able to manifest your ideal life, just know that it is because you are blocked by this energy of the shadow that you're meant to basically overcome first, and then you will truly witness what your manifesting ability is going to look like. Now, with Seven of Air following the Magician here, it is clear that pile number one, you can truly, okay, you can truly manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest for yourself. And you're encouraged to actually act within the external realm as if you already have your desire, with Seven of Air being action here, okay? So it's like one of your greatest gifts here, Magician alongside Seven of Air, is actually pretending like you have already manifested. What is it called? There's a specific technique in the law of attraction community. Let me think. Oh, acting as if, acting as if. Okay, so what we're getting from your soul purpose here is one of your greatest gifts in manifestation is you can truly act as if, okay? You can really set out a vision for yourself, and then you can just say, all right, you know what? I'm just going to act in accordance with this vision, disregarding all of the external circumstance before the energy, truly comes into fruition from your manifestation here. So definitely, if you have not tried that in your particular manifestation journey, acting as if is one of your strongest suits. It's one of your greatest strength here. Now let's roll back to this Champion card right here, because I'm really gravitating towards it, and I'm actually picking up a duality from this card. And I feel like I've had this card before and I didn't really pick up duality in the same way here, so I really have to mention it in this particular reading. But basically, pile number one, your soul is so extremely powerful, right? You have come to break out of some sort of a heavy energy. Like, I can just hear your spirit guides being like, you don't have to do this in one incarnation. How about you just work through half of this? And you're like, no, I am doing it in this lifetime. You are so powerful. You believe in yourself so much. And once you get in touch with that particular strength, I mean, the world is your oyster. But with the Champion here, what I'm getting from the duality of the hands here is exactly the achievement and the downfall, okay? You, pile number one, are such a powerful, intrinsically, extremely powerful soul that you both have the potential for humongous accomplishment and achievement in this lifetime, but also a lot of potential for self-destruction, okay? For downfall here too, because you're gifted with that perspective and you're so gifted with your personal power. Before you know how to use it, I mean, it can really be a burden. This is what I'm picking up here. It can really be a burden to be such an enlightened individual who at the same time is struggling against a karmic cycle. So your potential can really express itself as extreme achievement, like, I mean, global level help to humanity here. Or you can also spiral into a cycle of self-destruction. This is just the nature of being granted such immense personal power in this particular lifetime. So pile number one, I do not mean to scare you at all. I'm just bringing this information up if it resonates, obviously. But it's clear to me that you're one of those people who are so gifted that if you don't carry this gift, before you learn how to carry this gift, basically, it can cause some issues in your life. And I think this also has to deal with your magician abilities. It's likely you're already in touch with your own manifesting ability, but perhaps because you have been struggling against this darkness throughout your life, you have obviously acquired certain limiting beliefs and patterns, and that can manifest for you very quickly too, okay? So what we're seeing is you're gifted the ability to live in your perfect world, but obviously before you know how to channel this energy properly, before you really shed that darkness and move into, a happier time in this particular incarnation, obviously it's an energy that is difficult to carry, okay? This is all that I'm gonna say. Now, let's just get into the end of your spread here with Two of Air, Respect, and Five of Water, Unwinding. These two last cards are meant to represent what will you attain when you are aligned with your purpose. And it's clear that you will be getting not only the achievement of your lifetime that might be global, but you will get a lot of respect basically from the community, from the whole world. Honestly, what I'm picking up here is pretty massive. It's like you have the potential to impact almost like all of humanity in general. Like you're meant to globally impact people in some capacity here, or just a humongous community in some way. But before you can experience this recognition, this respect and honor for what you do, for who you are, for your own achievements and accomplishments, it is clear that certain things need to fall off and fall apart. An unwinding of sorts has to happen within your own consciousness. And we're seeing this theme all over your reading here. So with the Five of Water being here, it is clear to me, okay, if you haven't gone through it just yet, I don't know what to tell you. You're meant to go through some massive ego death in this lifetime. You're meant to shed some sort of a part of you that doesn't belong to you. You're meant to unwind or separate little pieces of yourself and recognize what belongs and what doesn't, and shed that darkness, basically. This energy is very, very similar to this Orphan and Silver energy combined. Basically, you're meant to break something within yourself, to shed that energy, let it go completely, and only then are you truly in touch with your potential. So for a lot of you listening to this video right now, you've already gone through a cycle of a massive ego death, massive purging of the shadow, and I just absolutely applaud you for your ability to be able to overcome this. I mean, it's clear that you have an immense amount of potential in this lifetime. You are meant to overcome all of this darkness and to find yourself in a world that is the world of your own creation. Prove to yourself that you can shed it and you can find yourself in harmonious and positive experience of the external realm. And one of the first signs that you're going to receive, basically, in terms of, all right, I am truly done with shedding this darkness, because I know that obviously when you're working on shadow work, a lot of the times it's hard to understand where you stand, right? Because it's hard to see with our mind, because our mind is limited in its capacity to recognize what our soul or our heart is going through. So for those of you who are unsure where you stand on this journey of shedding this karmic energy, I will just tell you that the first sign that you're going to start to receive once you really start moving along the cycle, and once you really get up in terms of your own consciousness and shed this darkness here, is you're going to start receiving a lot of affirmation from your community or from people around you. You will feel respected. Your relationships are really going to reflect that first, that unwinding that had occurred within you, basically. So yeah, pile number one, I think this is all that I see here. Let's just quickly summarize this energy before I wrap up your reading. Basically, pile number one, what we're seeing is you are a very, very sensitive being, okay, who likely had a very difficult upbringing, or you just feel like you have been constantly blocked by very dark, very consuming energy that you have been just pushing and pushing and pushing against. And the reason why you have been pushing against so much of negative energy or darkness is because your soul, okay, you did that, not me, I'm just reading the energy. Your soul literally set out to do this in this lifetime. You were meant to overcome this darkness, whatever it might be, whether it's ancestral or whether it's just a karmic loop you're carrying from a past lifetime. But you were meant to overcome it and reconnect with your true strength and power as a massive spiritual manifester, someone who truly can basically fulfill their vision in this world. It is clear, pile number one, that you were meant to achieve everything that you're basically looking for in this lifetime, and there's truly no limit in terms of what kind of abundance and beauty and happiness that you can experience in this particular lifetime once you are done with this darkness energy. And for a lot of you, you're already done, okay? And the first sign that you're going to be seeing in terms of you are truly done with the dark part of your life and you're moving towards harmony and excitement and positivity, and you're moving towards the manifestation of all of your dreams, is going to come in the form of your relationships. You're really going to notice a shift from the world or humanity antagonizing you from your perspective and in some capacity to the world accepting and embracing you and even needing you. One of your grandest purposes in this lifetime is to not only overcome this darkness and find yourself in a perfect world of your manifested creation, but to also share yourself as a living example to humanity that it is possible to overcome. It is possible to shed the darkness and find yourself in the light. This is one of the things that you're leaving for humanity here. Once you're done with this journey of darkness, you are basically serving as a living example that it is possible and awakening others along with you. So yeah, pile number 1. I think this is all that I see here. If you like this video and it resonated, please give it a like. If you want to share your story with me and whether it resonated or not, please let me know down in the comments. I love to chat with you, obviously, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi everyone, if you selected pile number 2 or the temple, this is going to be your reading all about your soul purpose in this incarnation. So right away, this is number 39. The temple, very spiritually awakened energy, right? We have wise salt, okay, again, very spiritual energy here. We also have 9 of Swords. Interesting. We have the Sleeper, cause and effect, clarity. We have Moon in Virgo with order. And we have Mars in Sagittarius with domination, 6 and 9. Do you guys see that 39 here, 6, 9. 369 must be a particularly important set of numbers for you. That's all I'll say, 9 too. All right, let's get your tarot cards and we will see what your soul's purpose is in this particular lifetime. Oh, you know what I'm noticing right now is the religious symbology in this Mars and Sagittarius card. Interesting. Okay. All right. What is pile number 2's soul purpose in this lifetime? We have the Hermit. 9 again. I mean, I'm mind blown. We have Conception. We have Ace of Air with air. We have 8 of Air with confinement. We have 7 of Water with illusion. And we have Page of Earth. Okay. I got it. All right, pile number 2. Let me just move your cards and I'll be right back. All right, pile number 2. This is such a crazy message, okay? I'm already getting so excited. Pile number 1 was incredible, but this is just, I mean, I just didn't expect to see all of this, okay? I'm just kind of giggly right now and I'm excited about your reading, so let's dive right in. So the Temple, wise souled, Mars in Sagittarius with domination, with this religious symbology here. It is clear as day to me, pile number 2, that you are an incredibly sensitive, enlightened, spiritual being. And with this 9 of Swords being here, oh, this is a cat too, right? So, oh, okay. I'm definitely getting a confirmation. So with the cat being here, this being 9 of Swords, it is clear that you have been on the pursuit for enlightenment, literally for a multitude of lifetimes, maybe 9 lifetimes for a lot of you, okay? Because cats have 9 lives. This is 9 of Swords, and 9 of Swords, as you know, is not a very pleasant experience, right? It's an experience of finally reaching the truth, right? Finally having clarity, but through an experience of a lot of anxiety and suffering and a lot of basically, you know, rug being pulled from underneath you here. So it's clear to me, pile number 2, that your soul has been on this journey for enlightenment for multiple lifetimes. You have just been looking for the truth. All over your reading, truth, what I'm hearing in my head so loudly, truth, truth, truth. You're trying to figure out, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but you're trying to intellectually figure out metaphysically how this experience of incarnation works. You're really looking to find the bottom truth of what the hell this experience is like and why we're here and who we are, and you're looking to reach that enlightenment, okay? You have been through hell and back, I will tell you, with Nine of Swords in your lifetimes. Like, you have truly experienced some darkness. You've truly mingled with dark energy, with energies of suffering. You've truly had a lot of difficult battles on your way towards enlightenment. It wasn't an easy journey throughout your lifetimes, but in the end of the day, in this particular incarnation, you are still this the hermit is a spiritual teacher, right, who isolates in order to look within. This is a natural side of your soul's gift, basically, is that you are a spiritual teacher. You are so much more enlightened than most of us are, and you are looking for clarity from within yourself. Again, look at the sleeper card here. The sleeper, right? Cause and effect, clarity. You were sleeping for a multitude of lifetimes. So you were dealing with a lot of dark energy because this was an energy of sleeping on the truth, as per se, right? But eventually you're meant to recognize the relationship between the cause and the effect, your own consciousness and the way that you're experiencing the external realm. You're meant to open your eyes and wake up from this sleeper stage and awaken and finally have intellectual clarity about how this whole experience is structured and what it is for, basically. So whoa, massive energy here. Now, another freaking fascinating thing in your reading is this conception card. This here is meant to represent your higher purpose, okay? And the reason why I say it's magnificent and crazy that you got this card here is because this is obviously Leonardo da Vinci's, I don't know why I said it like that, Leonardo da Vinci's painting of Leda, I think that's her name. Please correct me if I'm wrong, I forget it, but she is mating basically with Zeus, who had taken a form of a swan here, and they have children, half human hybrid children of half bird, half human, coming out of eggs here, conception, right? So we're talking about you reaching some enlightened level here on this particular plane in this incarnation, and you giving birth to the impossible, you creating the impossible. It's like, I mean, this is mystical energy. I honestly don't even know what you're gonna go on to do in this particular lifetime, because it's clear to me you're meant to create the impossible. The whole fascination of Leonardo da Vinci with this particular story or myth, right, is the fact that it's human-bird hybrid. I mean, that is impossible, right? When have you seen human-bird children being born from eggies? I hadn't seen that in my lifetime, you know, and you are meant to create that. This is your soul's purpose. Your soul's purpose in this incarnation, pile number 2, is to basically reach some sort of a humongous level of enlightenment and clarity about what this experience is about, and for you to proceed with this knowledge and to create the impossible here, to bring into this world the impossible. Now, I'm not just purely getting this impossible kind of magical things that you're going to be doing in this lifetime. It's likely you might violate laws of nature as we know them from Newtonian perspective. Basically, this is what I'm picking up here with this conception card right here. But I'm not just getting the impossible here. I'm also seeing this right here. These two cards in the end of your spread are meant to represent what you will attain once you are aligned with your purpose. And Page of Earth, look at this, how beautiful this is. We got illusion, right? Okay, illusion doesn't really tell us anything, but with Page of Earth being here, Page is the first energy of Earth materializing, right? You're meant to materialize the impossible here, okay? So this is pretty fascinating. You're meant to prove basically that your illusion and your vision for reality is actually capable of materialization with Page of Earth here. You are meant to materialize your illusions, your magic, your impossible visions here. So, I mean, wow. Pile number 2, this is incredible. If you want to share what your story is about, I would love to know about it in the comments, because wow, 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 wow. But let's get into this part of the reading in the very center, because this is meant to represent your special gift. And this card right here is meant to represent how you can put this gift to use in terms of your purpose in this particular lifetime. And it's clear to me, pile number 2, you are extremely gifted with your intellect, being able to really penetrate the truth, the bottom of it all. It's like your intellect is really, really in tune to your soul. So your mind, actually, although you might struggle with, our average mind struggles with limiting beliefs and all of that jazz, but in reality, your mind is actually really, really capable of seeing the bottom of the truth here. Ace of Air is the potential of materialization. Ace of Air is truth. Ace of Air here is having the clarity, having the epiphany, having the breakthrough perspective on what you basically need to do in this lifetime, or what the truth actually is. So you can really trust your intellect, obviously, in terms of your understanding of reality. It's clear that somehow you're very, very intellectually gifted. And I think that's because partially your purpose is to obviously be a great spiritual teacher by creating the impossible in your incarnation. So obviously, because you're meant to be a spiritual teacher with the Hermit here, obviously, you intellectually are able to conceptualize certain things that other people can't even grasp in terms of their mind. You're truly, truly gifted with truth and that laser focused perspective of what the bottom line foundational truth of our experience here is. And with 8 of Air, confinement being here, how you can put this gift to use, you're meant to break out of limitation and confinement energy by basically seeing through what the limitation or self-imposed limitation you've created for yourself. What is this self-imposed confinement that you've created? You're meant to break out of it. So the beautiful thing with the Ace of Air here is, obviously, air is moving through things, through confinement, without any push energy there, right? Air is just there. You're able to just kind of ascend beyond your own limitations here, because this is air energy, right? I'm envisioning wind, and if try to confine wind, let me just tell you that, okay? That's impossible, right? What I'm trying to make clear here, with intellect being your gift, with truth being your gift, it's not like in your lifetime you're meant to acquire such character strength and such masculine power that you will be able to push through and break through all of the self-imposed limitations and confinements that you have created for yourself. No, rather, because this is an energy of air, right? You're not pushing through anything. You are just ascending above all of your confinement and limitation at some point in your spiritual journey here. So it's like I almost see, okay, yes, I'm getting the confirmation because of the split here. I almost see your life as a duality. Before you're really trying to wrap up your journey of the 9 lifetimes of trying to find the truth, then boom, you're getting to the bottom of the truth here. And instead of like fighting against your limitations and rewiring your brain and spending all of this time pushing past it, all you do is basically ascend, because your new perspective, your new truth, your new vision is so clear and correct and precisely what you need to know, metaphysically speaking wise, that you just ascend beyond your own limitations in your lifetime. So let's roll back to this moon in Virgo and Mars in Sagittarius energy. As I said, Mars in Sagittarius with domination is all about finding that right perspective, right? Very similar to the Hermit card, very metaphysical type of philosophical, spiritual, and religious. You're looking for a spiritual, metaphysical, philosophical, religious truth. That's what I will tell you here. And with Moon being in Virgo order, you are meant to somehow help stabilize. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, okay? So take it as it resonates. If it doesn't, just leave it. You are meant to somehow, with Moon being in Virgo here, you're meant to find a perfect balance of the internal and the external, and you are meant to somehow basically become a spiritual teacher who helps the world transcend to the truth that is actually true. Does that make sense? So you're not out here just advocating for a specific religion. You're not out here advocating for a specific philosophy. No, you know that real truth, real enlightenment is all about experience of love, right? You recognize that it's all about ascending from fear and towards delight, towards love, towards compassion, towards joy. You recognize that. And because your truth is so fundamentally true to you, to your spiritual journey, you are meant to somehow in this lifetime, I don't know what it is your particular field of work is, but you are meant to basically be a spiritual teacher, either by example, by creating the impossible in your life, or directly by communicating your truth here. Because this combination of Mars and Sagittarius being like religious authority or spiritual authority in some way, and Moon and Virgo with order, it's like you're almost helping humanity ascend to the next level of peace, to the next level of harmony, to the next level of human connection through teaching and embodying your spiritual truth. So wow, very, very incredible soul purpose, pile number 2. I am just amazed. And yeah, I think this is all that I see here. I am just absolutely amazed at this particular reading. So please let me know down in the comments if you want to share anything in regards to this particular journey. I mean, it's clear that somehow you're impacting a colossal amount or number of people, I should say, through your spiritual awakening. It's like you're awakening in this particular lifetime. You're creating the impossible, and then you're serving as an example to awaken others, basically. So yeah, this is all that I see here. If you like this video and it resonated, please give it a like. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to share your story, as I said, I would love to hear about it in the comments. So yeah, I think this is all. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi everyone. If you selected pile number 3 or the village, this is going to be your reading all about what is your soul purpose in this incarnation. So right away with the village, it seems like community is a huge part of your soul's purpose, but we will see. Let's reveal the rest of your oracle cards. We have Uranus. Wow. Very, very powerful, unique energy of rebellion and leadership. We also have 3 of Cups. We have the Dancer, self-expression, strength. We have Mercury in Sagittarius with discovery. And finally, we have Moon in Aries with protection. Wow, okay, so far I'm not sure exactly what I'm picking up, so let's get your tarot cards and see what your soul purpose in this incarnation is. All right, what is pile number 3's purpose in this incarnation? We have 9 of water with airborne. Okay, very matching to this Uranus energy. We have Lady of Earth. We have Lord of Water. We have 5 of Earth with need. We have 6 of Air with flowering. And finally, we have Eight of Air with confinement. All right, so let me just move your cards a little bit and I'll be right back. All right, pile number 3, let's dive right in and let's begin with your chosen oracle card, the Village, right here alongside with this Three of Cups energy, because they're representing the very same soul purpose. One of your soul purposes in this lifetime is to find your village or your community of people that you belong to. It is clear to me, pile number 3, because of airborne energy here, as well as moon in Aries, as well as this Uranus energy. Especially Uranus is all about individualism. It's all about being unique, being rebellious. It's all about having that new, unique perspective on the truth and your own way of thinking, basically. And because you're described as this Uranus energy, right, we're basically getting the context as to why your soul so eagerly yearns to find its sense of belonging in the external realm when it comes to relationships and your people, basically. It is likely because you're so unique that you really didn't feel a sense of belonging to your family unit or to your community or to your culture. For a lot of you with this Mercury in Sagittarius right here, you actually had to relocate or travel quite far in order to get away from your own culture that you were born into, because it just didn't fit into who you are. It's likely that you really felt like your thinking or your perspective has really very little to do with what your surrounding community thinks or believes in, and it's likely you didn't really feel a sense of belonging when you were growing up. And that's the reason why one of your soul's greatest purposes in this particular lifetime is to find that exact place, that group of people that really resonates with your unique truth, with your individuality, with your unique perspective here. Now let's start with your tarot spread so I can tell you more what I'm seeing in regards to your soul purpose in this incarnation. This Nine of Water card right here is meant to represent your soul's unique energy. And what we're picking up here is not only are you a huge dreamer, a huge visionary, someone who has a unique sense of identity, someone who is once in a lifetime type of person. You're not very, fit into social structures and existing kind of hierarchies type of a person, that's for sure. But because this is Nine of Water, right? Nine of Water is obviously a card of a wish come true. So it's obviously a card of emotional fulfillment. Your soul naturally is actually very connected to its sense of joy, to its excitement, to its dream, to its vision. You are very much rooted in your heart center as a soul in this particular incarnation. And with Airborne clarifying this Nine of Water right here, this is the Da Vinci deck, and it depicts all of the Da Vinci's different paintings and different sketches and stuff like that. And Nine of Water is a wish come true, right? And the reason why they assigned Airborne to this card is because Da Vinci's greatest desire for his lifetime was to create a mechanism, basically wings, for a human being to be able to fly. He really, really wanted to accomplish the impossible, pretty much, especially for his time period, right? So what we're seeing in this Nine of Water, because it represents your soul's unique energy, is you are very dream oriented, you're very connected to your heart, you're connected to your vision, and you're very connected to your desires. There's something about this energy that really tells me that in this particular incarnation, okay, you're very connected to your heart and to your wishes and to your dreams. You really have that vision for your future, and you really are also connected to your childlike joy and excitement naturally. Although you might have taken on, certain limiting patterns and belief systems throughout your lifetime, considering, you were always an outsider and maybe you didn't feel like you fit in. Obviously, this comes with a lot of challenges, right? But it's clear that regardless of your experience, your soul is very much connected to its heart. Your soul is very connected to its joy, to its excitement, to your child self, basically. There's definitely a strong sense of childlike energy here. Now, let's move on to the next card in your spread being Lady of Earth, this card right here is meant to represent your higher purpose in this lifetime. And because this Lady of Earth is facing this Nine of Water, it is clear to me, okay, pile number 3, one of your greatest purposes in this lifetime is to find material abundance in a place of authority where you're basically in charge of your own life in terms of your resources, your finances, in terms of your material realm. This is Lady of Materials, Lady of Pentacles, right? So this is grounded energy. Although we're talking about spiritual purpose here, it is clear to me that you, pile number 3, are meant to experience some sort of a massive success and abundance in this particular lifetime. This is one of your soul's purposes, is to find that position of authority when it comes to the material realm and to your finances, as well as because this is airborne, right? Da Vinci wanted to accomplish the impossible, as I said already. Because this is airborne and the Lady of Earth is looking directly at it, it is clear to me that you were meant to materialize with Lady of Earth being earth energy, materialization, physical realm, right? You are meant to materialize the impossible. You're meant to materialize your dream and your vision for the future, basically, here. And because we're using the Da Vinci deck and this is airborne, obviously it's likely that your dream is unlike most people that you have met, okay? Maybe you have a multitude of dreams for yourself. Maybe you're like, all right, I have an idea for a book that I absolutely need to write in this lifetime, but I also have this grand idea for an enterprise, but I also need to help human rights in this way. I also need to help peace in this world. You know what I mean? You just have so much ambition and potential, and you're really meant to accomplish what is deemed to be impossible by the world, by the external realm, basically, here. Now let's move on to this third card right here, because this card is meant to represent your soul's gift that is related to its fulfillment of its purpose in this particular lifetime. And because this Lord of Water is looking directly at this Dancer card, I moved it around because I felt like it belongs on this side here. It is clear to me, pile number 3, that your special gift is your empathy, your sensitivity, your understanding of human emotion, okay? You are very tapped into basically the emotional realm. And I think that's because your heart center is so activated. It's likely that your heart chakra is really, really open and clear, and it's really your strongest point of connection to your soul, basically. And because you're so connected to the heart, it is clear that one of your gifts is your sentimentality or your empathy. You really recognize what emotional experiences in this particular realm mean, and this natural understanding of human emotion actually is a part of your journey to self-expression. In some ways, it's likely that you guys are artists in some capacity, with the Dancer being here and it being self-expression. Because you're so tapped into the emotional side of human experience, it is clear that you're also very gifted with expressing that emotion in some capacity. So I don't know what is it that you do, but it is clear that a part of your purpose is to reconnect with this identity of a very empathetic, very emotional, very sincere, very soft, very nurturing energy of Lord of Water, right? But also to channel this energy into something that ends up serving humanity or your community here. You're meant to be a leader of your community through your self-expression. And this self-expression somehow is related to your emotional understanding of humanity. So some of you might be artists, as I said. You could also be in therapy, or you could be working with people in terms of helping them shed limitations. Basically, what we're seeing with this Lord of Water looking directly at the Dancer is one of your gifts is to be able to channel your own understanding of human emotions and your own compassion and empathy into some sort of self-expression that allows other people to basically get in touch with their own emotional, sensitive, and heart-centered side of their journey. Now let's move on in your reading to this Five of Earth need energy right here. This card number 4 right here, is meant to represent how you can put your gift to use in this particular lifetime, okay? And the weird thing here is you are not only meant to help those in need, but there's some sort of an element of you helping people who really struggle with their finances, with the material realm accomplishments basically here. This is really weird, okay? I'm not really sure what exactly I'm picking up here. So this tells me that all of you listening to this reading basically will be expressing this energy in a different vicinity, but somehow your sensitivity, your emotional side, your understanding of human heart basically, or of human emotions here, is allowing you to not only help others in the time of need, but also more specifically to let others get out of a cycle of self-imposed limitation, especially when it comes to fulfillment in the material realm. So, okay, I'm getting some information right now. I'm just channeling it. So with Five of Earth, this need, this could also be that in your life, you struggled particularly with finances, with, keeping your head above water, with figuring out how to find that abundance in the external realm. And then you discover that actually you don't have to embody that masculine side that is just going for it, that is just accomplishing. Actually, your abundance, your personal abundance within this realm lies on the side of your emotionality. So you're reaching in your lifetime, your soul is meant to reach some sort of a level of material success through your understanding of human emotion, and through you expressing that, whether through a business enterprise or through art in some capacity. The easiest example is art, obviously. You channeling your emotions into art and you becoming this successful person here. But because one of your purposes is basically to find material success or material place of abundance in this world, it is clear that you can use your gift in order to help others who struggle with attaining certain goals and certain financial milestones, or a certain level of abundance and stability in this particular lifetime. So this is pretty cool. This was hard for me to recognize what exactly this energy is communicating here, but somehow it's like you're meant to overcome this cycle of being unable to really reach some sort of a level of stability and success within the material realm. And because you yourself overcome it, it is clear that part of your journey as a soul here, once you're already established in your success, is to help others reconnect with their inner sense of abundance, especially through their own understanding of themselves as sensitive, emotional, and creative beings here. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at your last two cards here that are meant to represent what you will be attaining once you are aligned with your soul's purpose, it is clear to me, I'm confident about what I said earlier. It's likely, pile number 3, that you yourself have struggled with attaining material stability and abundance, okay? Because there is this energy of confinement around you. It seems like your life can be split into before and after, okay? At some point, you're really like running away from your youth conditioning, from your own people that you really didn't feel a sense of connection to. You go out into the real world, try to figure out who you are, try to find your sense of belonging here, and at some point you root yourself here and you really are able to bloom as the true authentic version of who you're meant to be, and you're meant to rediscover the success that is basically granted to you by your soul in this lifetime. And this moment of rediscovering your authenticity and truly flowering into the beautiful person that you are meant to be in this lifetime will be precisely the moment that you break out of a cycle of before, the cycle of confinement and limitation, likely within the material realm, and towards the actual fulfillment in terms of getting all of the material wealth and abundance and resources that you're looking for. All right, pile number 3, let me just quickly sum your messages up just because I feel like I've been all over the place in this reading. There's a lot of information coming at me at the same time, and I feel like I'm a bit ungrounded right now. So my apologies for that. Let's just go over it one more time, quickly summarize it, and we'll wrap up. So what we're seeing, pile number 3, is you're a very, very unique, once in a lifetime type of person or type of soul. It's likely that when you were born, your family unit, your community, your original culture or country or political system that you belong to, you really didn't feel a sense of belonging to it. So one of your grandest purposes as a soul in this lifetime is to go far and beyond to find that place where you belong in the material realm, both in terms of location as well as in terms of just finding material response to your natural uniqueness and gift here. You were meant to experience material success based on fulfillment of almost an impossible vision that you have for yourself. One of your greatest soul's gifts here is described as your understanding of human emotion and your connection to your own heart center, as well as your ability to channel this energy or to express this energy and this knowledge of human heart into something, into your creative pursuit or into some sort of an enterprise. And when you do establish yourself as this materially secure person, as someone who is in touch with their abundance, you're meant to basically help those who really lack within the financial or the material realm, because you yourself have likely struggled with your own, sense of stability within the finances or within the material world in some capacity here. At some point, you're meant to break out of a cycle of limitation, of a cycle of natural conditioning that really didn't belong to you, the natural conditioning that you really, really resisted. You were meant to get as far away from it as possible and interact with all kinds of possible perspectives, basically, in order to figure out your authentic energy, in order to get to know yourself. And at some point, you're really meant to root yourself somewhere in life and experience this moment of blooming into who you're meant to be. This moment of blooming is going to be precisely the moment when you break out of a cycle of having a lack of security in your life, especially when it comes to your career fulfillment, especially when it comes to your finances and abundance, basically. And because you're meant to break out of this confinement energy yourself, one of your greatest soul's purposes in this particular lifetime is to help those in need to reconnect to their own sense of who they are and to be able to find their own sense of abundance in this world, basically. So yeah, I think this is all that I see here, pile number 3. My apologies if you feel like this reading has been a little bit all over the place. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been a bit ungrounded in the recent couple of months, and I've just not been really on top of my ish. Let's just be honest, my ego has been acting out, and that's okay. I'm just on my journey as well as you are. So yeah, I hope that you were still able to benefit off of this chaotic reading, and if it resonated, please give it a like. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe to the channel, and if you want to share what your story is like, I would absolutely love to hear about it, because honestly, I am so blessed with the kind of enlightened and truly powerful beings that are gravitating towards my channel. I mean, you are the future of humanity, all of you. That's what I can say, and I am proud to be a part of your journey. So yeah, I think this is all. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.